My GF cheated and said I'd never find anyone like her. A year later, I dated a model who was crushing on me since high school. And shut her up for good. I should have trusted my instincts sooner. Zara was the kind of woman who turned heads without trying. High-end interior designer for luxury hotels, the type who flew to Dubai to select marble samples and dropped names like they were casual acquaintances. Beautiful, sharp, and fully aware of both. Being with her felt like winning something I didn't know I'd entered. We met at a gallery opening 2 years ago. I was there because a client dragged me along. I'm an acoustic engineer, spent the week designing sound systems for a concert hall renovation. She was there because she knew the artist. We ended up talking for 3 hours about why modern architecture fails at intimacy. She called me the next day. The first year was good. Really good. She had this energy that made everything feel important. Dinner reservations became events. Weekend trips felt like adventures. I'm not the guy who needs validation, but yeah, I liked that people noticed her, then noticed she was with me. Then something shifted. It started small. Late nights at the office became late nights at client sites. Fair enough, her job demanded it. Hotel openings don't happen on schedule. But the pattern changed. Before, she'd text throughout the day. Random thoughts, photos of terrible furniture choices, complaints about contractors. That stopped. Her phone went face down on tables. Conversations got shorter. How was your day? Long. I'm exhausted. End of discussion. I'm not the paranoid type. I've seen friends spiral into insecurity over nothing. But this wasn't nothing. This was different. She used to talk about work constantly, show me design mock-ups, complain about impossible clients, get excited about some obscure Italian tile manufacturer. Now? Nothing. One Tuesday, she canceled dinner an hour before. Client emergency. She'd make it up to me. I said fine, ordered takeout, worked late on some acoustical models. Around 11, I saw her Instagram story, cocktails with the team at some rooftop bar downtown. She looked incredible. Not exhausted. Not emergency stressed. Just out. I didn't say anything. Thursday, she got home past midnight, claimed she'd been at a site inspection. She kissed my cheek, said she needed a shower, disappeared for 40 minutes. When she came out, she was different. Distant. Like I was a roommate, not her boyfriend. Friday morning, I woke up to her on the phone in the next room. Quiet conversation, then laughter. Real laughter. The kind she used to save for me. When she came back to bed, I asked who called. Just work stuff. At 6 in the morning. On a Friday. I didn't argue. I'm not that guy. The one who demands phone passwords or throws accusations around. But I also wasn't stupid. So I made a decision. I wasn't going to confront her without proof. I wasn't going to be the jealous boyfriend who destroyed a relationship over paranoia. But I also wasn't going to sit there while my instincts screamed that something was wrong. Monday afternoon, I hired someone. Private investigator, vetted through a lawyer I trusted. Professional, discreet, thorough. I gave him her schedule, her car details, her usual spots. 10 days of surveillance. That's all I asked for. Then I waited. And I acted completely normal. I kissed her goodbye every morning. Asked about her day every evening. Made plans for the weekend. Suggested that new restaurant she wanted to try. I performed the role perfectly, because I needed to know. Not suspect. Not wonder. No. Those 10 days were strange. I'd sit across from her at dinner, watching her tell me about some hotel project in Newport, and I'd think, is she lying right now? Is this real or rehearsed? I couldn't tell anymore. That was the worst part. Not knowing if the woman I was looking at was someone I knew or someone I'd created in my head. She didn't notice anything different about me. That should have told me everything. On day 8, she stayed out until 2 in the morning. Client drinks ran late, she texted. I replied with a thumbs up. Went to bed. Slept fine. Day 10 was a Wednesday. I was at my office, reviewing speaker placement schematics for a theater project, when my desk phone rang. The investigator. Professional voice, no emotion. I'm sending the report to your office address. Should arrive tomorrow morning. Everything I need? Everything you need. He hung up. I sat there for a while, staring at the blueprint in front of me. All these calculations for perfect sound distribution. All this precision to make sure nothing got lost, nothing got distorted. Funny how you can engineer perfection in one part of your life while another part falls apart. That night, Zara came home on time for once. Smiled at me. Asked if I wanted to order Thai food. We ate on the couch, watched some show she liked, and she fell asleep against my shoulder. I looked down at her, peaceful and perfect, and felt absolutely nothing. 10 days later, the envelope arrived in my office mailbox. Plain manila, no return address. I held it for 20 minutes before opening it. Because I knew, once I saw what was inside, there was no going back. I opened it at my desk after everyone left for the day. First thing I saw was a photo. Zara, walking into a restaurant downtown. Not alone. Guy beside her, hand on her lower back. Casual. Familiar. The kind of touch you don't use with a coworker. I set it aside. Picked up the next one. Same guy. Different location. Coffee shop this time, morning light through the windows. They were laughing. Her hand was on his arm. I recognized that laugh. The real one. Third photo, her car parked outside an apartment building I didn't recognize. Timestamp, 11:37 p.m. Fourth photo, same car, same location. Timestamp, 6:23 a.m. I stopped counting after 12. The investigator's report was thorough. Detailed timeline spanning the 10 days, cross-referenced with her text to me. Every late client meeting had a corresponding photo of her somewhere else. Every site inspection was actually dinner with this guy. His name was Kian. Commercial photographer. Divorced. Worked with her industry occasionally, shoots for design magazines, hotel campaigns, that world. They'd met 8 months ago at some industry mixer. According to the investigator's notes, they'd been careful at first. Different neighborhoods, varied schedules. Then they got comfortable. Comfortable means sloppy. There were text message logs. The investigator didn't explain how he got them and I didn't ask. Reading them was worse than the photos. Not because they were explicit, they weren't, mostly. But because they were casual. Inside jokes. Planning. Can't wait to see you Thursday while she was texting me about fabric samples. I read through everything twice. Then a third time. Memorize details I didn't want to remember. The restaurant where they had their Tuesday routine. The walking route they took near his place. The specific lies she'd told me, now time-stamped and photographed. What I felt wasn't heartbreak. It was clarity. Ice cold, absolute clarity. I'd been right. My instincts had been screaming at me for weeks, and I'd been right. There was something almost satisfying about that. Not the betrayal itself, but the validation. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't paranoid. I was paying attention. I sat in my office until past midnight, staring at the evidence spread across my desk. Then I started planning. No confrontation yet. Not without preparation. I pulled up our bank accounts. We had separate finances mostly, but there were shared things. Joint savings we'd built for a house someday. Credit card she was authorized on. Utilities in my name. I started making lists. The next morning, I transferred money. Quietly. The joint account got emptied into my personal one. She hadn't contributed to it in months anyway. I'd been the one saving while she spent on her wardrobe and her lifestyle. My money. I was taking it back. Changed passwords. Email. Cloud storage. Anything connected. Called my lawyer. Not for divorce, we weren't married, but for advice on the lease, the furniture we bought together, how to separate cleanly. He listened, took notes, told me I was handling it correctly. Don't let emotion drive decisions, he said. I laughed. Emotion wasn't the problem. Through all of this, I acted completely normal around Zara. Came home Tuesday evening, she was cooking dinner. Pasta, salad, wine. We talked about our days. She complained about a difficult hotel client in Boston. I nodded, asked questions, refilled her wine glass. Performance art, both of us. Except she didn't know we were performing. Wednesday, she texted around 3, running late, don't wait up. I replied, no problem, be safe. Check the timestamp against the investigator's previous patterns. Wednesday was Kian's night. Clockwork. I went to the gym. Worked out for 2 hours. Came home, showered, went to bed. She got in around 1. Slipped under the covers carefully, trying not to wake me. I was already awake. I stayed still. Thursday I moved the last pieces into place. Documents secured. Important things packed and moved to my office. Lease verified, in my name, she had no legal claim. I could ask her to leave or I could leave. Hadn't decided yet. Didn't matter. What mattered was control. I had all of it now. Thursday evening, she came home around 9. Earlier than expected. She kissed my cheek, bright and cheerful. Asked about my day. Started talking about some new project, Mediterranean hotel, needed my opinion on acoustic design for the lobby. Then I smelled it. Cologne. Not mine. Something woody and expensive. Subtle, but there. She'd showered, her hair was damp, but she'd missed it. The scent was still on her skin, her clothes. And she was standing there smiling at me like nothing happened. That's when I knew. Tomorrow. I had everything lined up perfectly. All I needed was the right moment. Then she made a mistake. She came home Thursday night smelling like cologne that wasn't mine, and smiled like nothing happened. That's when I knew. Tomorrow. Friday evening, I got home before her. Made coffee. Sat on the couch. Waited. She walked in around 7, carrying takeout bags from that expensive sushi place she loved. Thought we could have a nice night in, she said, setting everything on the counter. You've seemed stressed lately. Sit down, I said. Something in my voice made her stop. She turned, studied my face. What's wrong? Sit down, Zara. She sat. Still had her jacket on. I could see her calculating, trying to figure out what this was about. Work stress? Money? My tone wasn't angry. That probably confused her. I pulled out my phone. Opened the folder where I'd saved everything. Started with the least damaging photo, her and Kian at a coffee shop. Tuesday morning, 3 weeks ago. You told me you had an early site walk for the Newport project. I swiped to the next one. Thursday night, 2 weeks ago. Late client meeting, you said. Another swipe. This Monday. Site inspection that ran until midnight. Her face went through stages. Confusion. Recognition. Shock. Then something harder. Defensive. Where did you get those? Doesn't matter. What matters is I have 2 weeks of them. Photos, timestamps, locations. Cross-referenced with every text you sent me, every excuse you gave. I kept going. Methodical. Calm. Her car outside his apartment. The restaurant they went to every Tuesday. The walking route they took. Kian's name, profession, address. I had everything and I showed her everything. She tried denial first. This is insane. You hired someone to follow me? Yes. That's controlling, that's effective, I said. Keep going. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me these photos are fake. Tell me you weren't with him. She couldn't. I watched her try to formulate something, anything. But I had dates. I had evidence. I had her cornered and she knew it. The defensive wall cracked. She put her face in her hands. I thought maybe she'd cry, apologize, try to explain. Instead, she laughed. Actually laughed. Okay, she said, looking up. Fine. Yes. I've been seeing Kian. Are you happy now? You got your detective story, your big reveal. I didn't respond. Just watched her. But let's be real here, she continued. It didn't mean anything. He's fun, he's there when I need to blow off steam. You're always working, you're always busy with your projects and your calculations. I needed something different. You needed something different, I repeated. Yeah. And you know what? You'll get over this. We both will. People make mistakes. We can work through this. She actually believed it. I could see it in her face. She thought this was negotiable. You want to know the real problem? She stood up, gaining confidence. You'll never find someone like me. Look at us. She gestured between us. I'm out of your league and you know it. I make you look better. Your friends think you're lucky to have me. You think you're going to walk away and find better? Please. Something flipped inside me right then. Not rage. Not hurt. Just absolute certainty. I stood up. You're absolutely right. She blinked. What? This conversation is over. Wait, what are you? The lease is in my name. You have until Sunday to get your things out. After that, anything left gets donated. You can't be serious. I have a lawyer. Everything's already separated. Bank accounts, utilities, all of it. We're done. I walked to the bedroom. Grabbed the bag I'd already packed. Had it ready in the closet since Wednesday. Essentials, important documents, things I actually cared about. She followed me, talking, her voice rising. You're being ridiculous. You're throwing away 2 years over this? I stopped at the door. Looked at her one last time. No. You did that. I walked out. Got in my car. Drove to the apartment I'd secured 3 days ago. Small, furnished, temporary. Didn't matter. It wasn't where she was. Before I even got there, I blocked her number. Instagram, all social media, Email filters. Scorched earth. Complete silence. My phone buzzed immediately. Different number. Mutual friend. Hey man, Zara just called me crying, what happened? I deleted it. Blocked that number too. Over the next week, she tried everything. Called from different numbers, blocked. Showed up at my office, I had security escort her out. Sent messages through friends, I told them once, it's handled. I'm moving forward. Then I stopped responding to those two, she wanted closure. Explanation. A fight. Something. I gave her nothing. 3 months went by in focused silence. Work, gym, rebuilding my life in a space she'd never touched. I didn't think about her. Didn't check her social media. Didn't ask mutual friends for updates. Then the invitation arrived in my office mail. University reunion. 10-year anniversary. Upscale venue downtown, open bar, reconnect with your fellow alumni. I almost threw it away. Then I saw the attendee list attached. And there, halfway down, was a name I barely remembered. Mila Torres. I went to the reunion because I had nothing better to do. That sounds worse than I mean it. I'd rebuilt my routine, found my rhythm, wasn't sitting around feeling sorry for myself. But a Friday night out with people I used to know? Why not? The venue was nice. Hotel ballroom downtown, open bar, name tags with our graduation photos on them. I grabbed a drink, made small talk with people I vaguely remembered. Engineering department crowd mostly. Everyone asking the same questions, what are you doing now, where are you living, are you married? That last one got easier to answer after the third time. No, recently single actually. Move on. Keep it light. I was halfway through a conversation about sound engineering with some guy who worked in audio production when I saw her across the room. Mila Torres. I remembered her from university, barely. Quiet. Kept to herself mostly. Art major, I think. We'd had one class together, some elective about design theory. She'd sit in the back, always sketching. I'd been so focused on my degree, my projects, going to competitions and networking events. People like her were background. This wasn't background. She was talking to a small group, confident and present in a way I didn't remember. Tall, striking, wearing something elegant that probably cost more than my monthly rent. She looked completely different. Or maybe I'd just never actually looked before. Our eyes met across the room. She smiled, said something to her group, and walked over. You probably don't remember me, she said. Mila. Design theory, Professor Harrison's class. You always sat by the window. Her smile widened. You do remember. I'm better at details than I used to be. We fell into conversation easily. Catching up, filling in the gaps. She'd moved to Europe after graduation. Milan first, then Paris, back to Milan. Built a modeling career, fashion shows, campaigns, editorial work. The kind of success that sounds impossible when someone says it out loud, but she talked about it like it was just what happened when you worked hard and got lucky. You stayed grounded, I said. That's rare in that industry. I didn't have a choice. You either stay yourself or you disappear. She paused. What about you? Still engineering? Acoustic engineering. Concert halls, theaters, spaces where sound matters. That's perfect for you. You always loved the technical stuff. You remember that? I remember more than you think. The conversation deepened as the night went on. We moved away from the crowd, found a quieter corner. Talked about where we were now, what we'd learned. She asked about my life and I mentioned the breakup. Kept it brief, ended a relationship, moved on. She nodded like she understood. My industry makes relationships complicated. Everyone's always traveling, always chasing the next thing. Hard to build something real. You manage it though? I try to. When I find someone worth the effort. There was weight in how she said it. I noticed. Later, when the crowd had thinned and people were saying their goodbyes, we were still talking. She looked at me with this expression I couldn't quite read. I had the biggest crush on you back then, she said. You never noticed. I stopped mid-sip of my drink. What? University. That whole year. I thought you were brilliant and focused and completely oblivious to anything that wasn't your next project. I was oblivious. I know. It's fine. I got over it. She smiled. Mostly. We exchanged numbers before leaving. Natural, no pressure. Just two people who'd reconnected and wanted to stay in touch. 3 days later, she texted. Nothing elaborate, just asking how my week was going. I replied. We went back and forth, easy conversation that didn't feel forced. Messages became calls. She'd call from Paris between shoots. I'd call during my commute home. We talked about everything and nothing. Her schedule was insane, shows, campaigns, traveling constantly, but she made time. Weeks passed. The calls got longer. Video calls started. She'd show me her hotel room in whatever city she was in. I'd show her the theater project I was working on. It felt natural. Genuine interest, not performance. I realized I was actually interested. Not rebounding, not filling space. Actually curious about her life, her thoughts, what she'd do next. 6 weeks in, she called from Milan. I could hear ambient noise in the background, people talking, music. "Hey, so Fashion Week starts Thursday," she said. "I know this is last minute and you're probably busy, but if you wanted to come out here." She trailed off. Left it open. I checked my calendar. Meetings scheduled. Project deadlines. Responsibilities stacking up through the next 2 weeks. "Send me your schedule," I said. "I'll be there Wednesday." "Yeah? Yeah." She laughed. That real laugh I was starting to recognize. "Okay. I'll send details. Fair warning though, it's chaos. The whole week is insane. I can handle chaos." What I wasn't prepared for was everything that came next. Milan hit different. I landed Wednesday afternoon, jet-lagged and running on coffee. Mila met me at my hotel, boutique place near the fashion district, her recommendation. She looked tired but energized, that specific combination you get when you're busy doing something you love. "You actually came," she said. Said I would. People say a lot of things. We grabbed lunch at a place she knew, tucked away from the tourist areas. She had a show that evening, 2 more over the weekend, appearances between. Her schedule was printed out, color-coded, almost militaristic. But sitting there, she wasn't checking her phone every 30 seconds or mentally somewhere else. She was present. That evening, I watched her work. The show was at this converted industrial space, all exposed brick and dramatic lighting. I sat in the section reserved for designers and press, watching models move down the runway with that specific controlled energy. Then Mila appeared. She was different on that runway. Not performative, purposeful. Every movement deliberate, confident. She owned that space completely. And when she walked back, when the show ended and the designer came out for the final bow, I saw her scan the crowd. Found me. Smiled. Backstage after was controlled chaos. Designers, models, photographers, people whose titles I didn't know doing jobs that seemed important. Mila introduced me to a few people. "This is a friend from university," and they nodded, moved on. No one cared. They had work to do. "You want to get out of here?" she asked. Thought you'd never ask. We walked through Milan at night. She was still in full makeup, designer dress, heels that should have been uncomfortable. Didn't matter. She wanted to walk, so we walked. "You're good at this," I said. "At walking?" She laughed. "At handling the pressure. All of it. You make it look easy. It's not easy. But it's worth it." She paused. "You get that though. Your work's the same. Precision under pressure." We talked about that. The parallel between her world and mine. Different industries, same principle, execute perfectly when it matters, handle the chaos professionally, find the stillness in the middle of it all. Somewhere during that walk, I realized this was different from anything I'd had with Zara. Zara needed attention. Validation. Everything was performance, everything was about how it looked to other people. Mila had genuine substance. She worked in an industry built on appearance, but she wasn't consumed by it. She knew who she was. The next few days followed the same pattern. She'd work, I'd watch her explore the city. We'd find time between, breakfast before her call time, late dinners after events, early morning conversations before she had to leave. It built naturally. No forcing it, no games. Saturday evening, final show of the week. Bigger venue, more press, the kind of event that gets photographed and posted everywhere. After, there was a gathering at some rooftop location overlooking the city. Mila changed into something more casual, we went together. The view was incredible. Milan stretched out below, lights reflecting off everything. She stood at the railing, looking out, and I stood next to her. "Thank you for coming out here," she said. "Thank you for inviting me. I wasn't sure you would." "Why wouldn't I?" She turned to look at me. "Because this is a lot. My life is complicated. The travel, the schedule, all of it. Most people can't handle it. I'm not most people." "No," she said. You're not. Someone took a photo of us right then. Photographer working the event, natural candid shot. Us at the railing, Milan lights behind us, caught in genuine moment. He showed us on his camera screen. Want me to send that to you? He asked. Mila looked at me. I looked at the photo. We looked good together. Real. Yeah, I said. Send it. Later that night, back at my hotel, I looked at the photo again. Thought about posting it. Not because I wanted to prove anything, but because it was real. Because I wanted to. I posted it. No caption. No explanation. Just the image. Instagram, public profile, visible to everyone. The response was immediate. Likes from friends, comments from people I hadn't talked to in months. Mutual acquaintances from the old life. I put my phone down, didn't watch it happen. Mila and I were having drinks at the hotel bar when I checked it again. Notifications were stacking up. Then I saw it. Unknown number. Message request. I opened it. Really? Her? You think posting some random model makes you look better? We both know you're reaching. Nice try though. I read it twice. Then I showed Mila. She raised an eyebrow. Your ex? I nodded. She smiled. You going to respond? I thought about it. Typed one message. Hit send. Then did something final. My response was simple. You were absolutely right. I'd never find someone like you. I found better. Then I blocked the number. Blocked her actual number too, realized she must have gotten a new one just to reach me. Blocked that. Added her to every filter I had. Complete silence. Again. Final this time. Mila watched me do it. Feel good? Feel nothing, I said. That's the point. She nodded, understanding immediately. Didn't press for details, didn't make it dramatic. Just moved on. We ordered another drink, talked about her schedule for next month, whether I could make it out to Paris for her next campaign. Later that night, back in my room, she asked about it properly. So what happened? With her? I told her everything. First time I'd said the whole story out loud. The investigation, the evidence, the confrontation where Zara laughed and told me I'd never do better. Walking out. The 3 months of silence. All of it. Mila listened without interrupting. When I finished, she was quiet for a moment. She did you a favor, she finally said. How do you figure? Showed you exactly who she was. Saved you from wasting more time. She paused. And if she hadn't been who she was, you wouldn't have been at that reunion. True. So yeah. Favor. I flew back Sunday. Milan to home, back to real life. But something had shifted. Not just the relationship with Mila, that was building, obviously. But my entire perspective. Work felt different. I'd taken 4 days off, hadn't checked email obsessively, hadn't stressed about deadlines. The projects were still there when I got back. They got done. The world kept turning. Through mutual friends, I heard things. Didn't ask, people just told me. Zara and Kian's thing fell apart within a month of my photo posting. Apparently he got back with his ex-wife. Zara tried dating around, nothing stuck. Someone said she'd asked about me, whether I was seeing anyone. I felt absolutely nothing hearing that. No satisfaction, no vindication. Just indifference. She was a person who used to be in my life and now wasn't. That's all. Mila and I kept building. Long distance, but intentional. She had Paris in October, then New York in November. I flew out when I could, she came to me when her schedule allowed. We video called most nights. Not because we had to, because we wanted to. It wasn't perfect. Long distance is hard, her schedule is insane, my work has its demands. But it was real. No games, no performance. Just two people making an effort because the other person was worth it. 3 months after Milan, she had a week off. Came to stay with me. Met my friends properly, saw my work, existed in my actual life. They loved her. More importantly, I loved having her there. One evening we were cooking dinner, she was surprisingly good at it, something about learning from her grandmother, and I realized I hadn't thought about Zara in weeks. Not consciously avoiding it. Just genuinely hadn't crossed my mind. What are you smiling about? Mila asked. Nothing. Just glad you're here. She came over, kissed me. Me too. That's when I understood the whole revenge thing people talk about. The best revenge isn't some elaborate scheme. It's not the dramatic confrontation or the perfect comeback line. It's just living well. It's finding someone who actually values you. Building something real. Becoming the version of yourself that doesn't need validation from people who didn't deserve you in the first place. Zara thought she was irreplaceable. Thought I'd come crawling back, or at minimum, I'd never do better. She needed me to fail so her narrative worked. I didn't fail. I moved on. Found better. Built better. And the crazy part? I wasn't even trying to prove anything to her. I was just living my life. 6 months after everything, I'm good. Really good. Professionally thriving, landed a major concert hall project that's going to take 2 years. Personally happy, Mila and I made it official last month, navigating the distance but committed. Mentally clear, I know my worth now, know what I won't accept. I should have trusted my instincts sooner. That's still true, but I trusted them when it mattered. Investigated instead of hoping. Prepared instead of reacting. Left instead of staying. Moved forward instead of looking back. Zara was beautiful, confident, and fully aware of it. Being with her felt like winning. Mila is beautiful, confident, and grounded in something real. Being with her feels like building. That's the difference. I found better. Not because I was trying to win some competition. But because I knew I deserved better. And I wasn't wrong. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.